Let's queer up entertainment. Yes, good news. HBO announces We're Here hosts are being joined by Latrice Royale. Latrice Royale is set to grace TV screens sometime soon in the upcoming 4th season of HBO's hit show We're Here. The exciting news, first shared by Variety, marks a significant shift in the show's lineup. In the forthcoming season, Royale, Priyanka, Sasha Velour, and Jaida Essence Hall will step into the limelight, switching things up and breathing new life into the series. The 4 beloved queens will replace the previous trio of hosts, Bob the Drag Queen, Eureka O'Hara, and Shangela, who have been at the helm for the series' first 3 seasons. In addition to changing the host, We're Here has also undergone a transformation when it comes to the format of the show as well. In previous seasons, the queens travel to a different city in each episode in an effort to spread their own signature brand of drag. That worked well for the series, but season 4 will not follow the same path. For the next run of episodes, the show will pivot its focus, instead dedicating 6 episodes to just 2 small towns in the U.S. This change promises to provide viewers with a more in-depth exploration of local political landscapes, participants, anti-LGBTQ+ legislation, and the challenges faced by the queer community in these areas. So far, where the queens will go to help people understand drag queens has not been revealed yet. I am so happy about this, okay? Because I was so upset when they had changed the crew. Al knows this, right? I was like, what the hell, you know? And so I was mad, and not that I have anything wrong against the new queens that are coming in, but I just felt like they needed something. They needed a little pizzazz. They needed a little personality. And what? Bring in hometown girl Latrice to do the job, baby. What? Prison makes us hard. What? I can't wait to see this. This is what I needed. I cannot wait. Now you have inspired me to see We're Here again. Now, let's talk about the old queens, okay? Eureka has a drug problem. She can't stay out of rehab. Shangela has issues with dancing and her feet. And, you know, that little thing that happened with that boy there. And Bob the Drag Queen, hello, when Madonna calls, you say bye-bye, RuPaul. So, of course, they had to replace the queens with other queens. I'm just saying that this is a great addition. Nobody else needs to comment. I'm done.
Mic drop. Wow.
I was going to say, listen, I love just seeing drag queens on my television. Like, it's something that I'll never get sick of, right? But I agree with you. I think that the 3 hosts from the first 3 seasons might need to, what does Ru say? If you don't love yourself first, you can't love anybody else. You maybe got to work on yourself.
Wow, we are reading today. Wow,
There's a little shade happening right now.
Yeah.
Face set the tone.
Right?
I don't know if anyone's ever going to call RuPaul and say, bye-bye, girl. I mean, thank you for giving my start, but I might say thank you very much, Madonna, and change their mind.
I mean, Madonna money is.
I mean,
Madonna money.
I mean,
I'd call Ru.
think about that.
I'm curious to ask all of you at the table, this modification change of the show, I loved We're Here. As a drag aficionado of cheerleader, for the community, I thought it was excellent in going to the different cities. This modification of cast change and format change, it's like launching a whole new product. Do you think that that's a successful?
I think it's
good
strategic.
idea?
I think it's very strategic. I think that if you look at what RuPaul did when she began her plight into stardom, she knew where she was going. It was going to be a long game. And with what she's done with RuPaul's Drag Race has actually created conversations. It's made drag mainstream. It's actually changed the culture in an entertaining way where people can relate to drag. I think doing this show puts it in a more localized, boots on the ground type of mentality where people can actually relate to these drag queens individually, and the cast that they now have, all of their YouTube channels, not that I am a huge fan or anything. Yeah, me too. I buy into it. They have been able to be more, I will say, subtly political and be effective in what they're doing at like a grassroots level. If you watch their stuff on Instagram, I think it's brilliant what they're doing, because you need to have people out there really getting into the weeds and showing people that our community is about love and the art of drag.
Do you all agree with that?
I don't at all. I love you, Jacob. I don't want to be in a freaking town for 6 weeks. I don't want you to be in 2 towns for 6 weeks. That's boring to me. I loved that, and We're Here, like, you know, because we are such a crap shit here in Florida, they had to do 2 episodes on us, right? Yeah. You know, I got that, but that was a good time. Like, they're there a week, they get everything done in a week, and then we get to see it. I think it's too long. wrong at each of these cities. That's just my own personal
wonder
opinion.
that.
It's just a lot. You're not going to Vegas and showing me the plight of people in Vegas.
personal.
You're going to
You know,
Ho-Punk, Idaho. You know.
You
We don't know where they're going yet.
when
We don't know.
when the building show on ABC where they'd build the house, if they were in the same town every week, we wouldn't have been as interesting. They're going to different places of having different kinds of people, and the backdrop of the story is the locale that they're at. So they're taking
That away.
a risk. They're taking a risk. Well, one last thing before we move on. Talking about Latrice, I was in the Faye camp. Not so much. Even even with the shady read that Faye gave on the original cast, it was a situation where the cast change, it was like, I'm not so sure. And then, this idea of we're going to focus on just a couple of communities and they're going to be small towns and blah, blah, blah. I'm not so sure. It's really interesting in your observation of it's a strategic change, because when we were talking about it, Latrice was not in the picture. I could not help but wonder, wait, did they have Faye and Al kind of response all over the country? We need to add more, and Latrice became the more. Now, I'm totally guessing. I have absolutely no idea. But whatever the conclusion is, boy, it's a good addition.
Yep.
Because you get hard in jail. That's a really good joke. And let's go back to I think she was season 4. She's large and she's in charge.
Yep.
And she is a unique presence to go into some of these small towns. She looks different. She sounds different. She has different experience. And going into Pudunk, small town, Idaho, or wherever they're going to end up going, Latrice is going to be a standout. And as a result, there's going to be reaction to Latrice, and that's going to be super interesting. So the show has probably made the right decision. And go girl, she's South Florida. So we love that too.
I'd say it's pretty unanimous at the round table that we'll all be watching season 4 of We're Here.
That is really funny, because Faye says the same thing I'm thinking of. I love it. I love it. But I wasn't so much. And now it's like, oh, wait, I've got to go back to We're Here this year. So they made the right choice. They got us back.
Renew your HBO Max subscription for the new season of We're Here. All right.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.